Waynaboozoo's grandmother's name was Nikomus, which is the Ojibwe word for grandmother. And she was actually a star in the sky. And some of the other stars, she was the daughter of the moon and the wife of the morning star. And some of the other stars were jealous of her. So they cut the string that held her in the sky, and she fell to earth. And your scientists today will tell you that when there was this primordial soup on the earth, that a comet actually came and hit the earth that brought the amino acids that allowed us to have life here on this planet. So that story coincides with that. So Nikomus, she was pregnant at the time she fell to earth. And she had the baby later, and the baby was a little girl, and she named her Winona. She raised the girl. She was actually, Nikomus was the first person on the earth according to the Ojibwe. She raised the girl, and she told her, don't go out in the woods too far, don't go too far, because if you meet the west wind, you might get into trouble. Well, of course, you know how teenagers are, you tell them not to do something. So Winona went out into the woods and she met the west wind, and she really liked him. And so she kept going out in the woods to meet the west wind, and the next thing you know, she was pregnant. And so when she had the baby, the west wind left her and the baby alone. And so Nikomus, the grandmother, raised Waynaboozoo. And when he became a man, he made friends with the wolf, Maingan. And Waynaboozoo and the wolf went all around the earth naming all the plants and all the animals. And you know, the animals can talk. They just speak Ojibwe. And so you have to speak Ojibwe to them. I do this all the time. I see a deer, I roll down the window, Waynaboozoo named all the plants and all the animals. And then he was angry at his father, the west wind, because he left him and his mother and left them, you know, and the mother died shortly after that. She was so heartbroken because the west wind had left her. And so Waynaboozoo, he was really mad at his father, and he said, there's a whole story about how he goes to the west and fights his father, and he actually kills him. But his father becomes even more powerful in death. But now another character in this story is the thunderbird. And the thunderbird lives in the west, and he comes, you can hear him when he comes in the spring, because you can hear the thunder. Now if there were little kids here, I'd do this. You can hear the thunder. Okay. So when the thunderbird flaps his wings, he makes thunder. And he can shoot lightning out of his eyes. And he's got a lake on his back, so when he's flying, it splashes, and that makes the rain.